So in today's episode, I had my cousin Josh on as a co-host, and we went over all different topics of making money as an entrepreneur. We talked about my first endeavor, flipping couches, and how I got screwed over on a truck I bought. We also talked about what it's like making an OnlyFans. You might hear of Josh's coming up here very, very soon. We also talked about the perks of being an influencer and how you can get creative to get free vacations. And lastly, we got into the secret addiction that I have. So you guys are going to enjoy the episode. Make sure you stay tuned all the way through. Now, let's go jump into the episode. Welcome to the Ryan Pineda Show, where our mission is to invest.
I only expect to make money in things that I understand.
Innovate.
It's about believing in the future and thinking that the future will be better than the past.
And inspire. I am much more likely to hit my goal just due to putting it out there.
You now rocking with the best.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Ryan Pineda Show. Today, I've got my co-host, Josh Sutton, here. If you guys haven't seen any of the previous episodes, he's actually my cousin. And you have the highest viewed show to date on YouTube.
Oh, nice.
How's that feel?
I mean, it's definitely giving me the tingles in the belly. You know,
I like it.
What are those, butterflies?
Butterflies. You know, we've had some like really high level people on the show, but yours was number one, man.
Yeah, it's because everybody wants to get out of their 9-to-5 job.
Yeah, that was the best, the highest performing, the 9-to-5 job. So go check it out. But today, anyways, I want to talk about couch flipping, because it's something that many people have come to this channel for, and I've gotten DMs all the time about people flipping couches, making $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, and you actually watched me do it back in the day.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to hear your perspective of like how it went down when you were watching it from afar, and just like everything you saw me doing.
Dude, I really thought you were nuts. I was like, there's no way he's going to sustain a living from that. I mean, I come from a different corporate, platform, and it's one of those things where I was like, dude, you're buying couches for $50 and you're selling them for $400. Like, how many deals do you have to go through on a daily basis to, but I liked your thought process and where you had it, as far as you're like, bro, I was making $100 as a substitute teacher and a day, and now it's like I just have to make $300 a day to beat that, and that's one couch.
Yeah, well, I could, even if I just made $100 for the day.
Yeah,
I would rather spend an hour picking up a couch versus 6 hours with these kids, man.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got 3 real life kids, and oh man, the 2 teenagers and a preteen.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So do you remember, because you've been working at Mercedes for the last, how many years again?
18.
Almost 20
18,
years.
almost, yeah, I'm on 19 right now.
I think I switched careers like every year of my life.
Yeah, I've had 2 jobs.
I'm just like, for 2020, I was like a YouTuber. This year, 2021, I'm a podcaster.
Yeah.
But for a brief while, I was a couch flipper.
Yeah, it was like a year, wasn't it? A year?
It took like a year to get it off the ground, and then it was like another year when I like delegated it. I hired Drew, remember?
Yeah.
So I hired Drew like year 2 so I could kind of get away from it.
Yeah, spread of the wings.
Yeah, and then flipping started doing well, so I was like, this ain't even worth my time anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it was profitable. It proved profitable to hire an employee.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, where I didn't have to do it. But I remember the funniest thing about the couch flipping was, from the beginning, I was like, all right, I'm going to do this. And, I tested it out. I don't even remember how I got the first couches, because I needed a truck that I didn't have.
Yeah.
And so I ended up...
Put them on your Mazda 3 on the roof.
Yeah.
Put the blanket on there.
Yeah. Somebody let me borrow their truck, I think. But after I proved the concept, I was like, all right, I'm going to buy a truck. And every single time I buy a car, who do I go to?
Yeah, you come to me.
Yeah. You've always been the car guy, and I think I buy a new car like, I don't know, every year, it seems like, at least.
Yeah.
Not for me personally, but I'm buying some type of car for somebody.
Something. Mindy, Noel.
Yeah, somebody.
Yeah.
But I remember I went to you, I'm like, hey, dude, all right, I'm going to buy a truck. Like, what do you think?
Oh, man, that truck was so busted. Like, wires were hanging out from underneath the dash. It was trivial, for sure.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I actually went on Craigslist, because that's where I was buying my inventory anyway. And they had this Chevy Silverado that on the listing said had 99,000 miles. I'm like, dude, 99,000 miles for 15, or I think they were asking 2,500.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, that's still a good deal. That's less than 100,000 miles. And it was like, what, a 2002 or something old.
I thought it was like a 97 or something.
It
95.
may have been a 97. I don't even know.
Yeah.
But it drove, and it
Yeah.
had a truck bed to pick up couches. So, you know, I meet the guy, and I drive. I'm like, this thing drives. Did you meet him with me? I can't remember. I had already bought it.
Yeah, you bought it, and when you brought it over, you're like, yo, the stereo doesn't work. And I was like, yeah, it doesn't work. You're right.
Well, so I bought it from the guy, and he's like, yeah, it's good. It's 99,000 miles. I was like, tight. Like, I'll buy it. So I bought it. I negotiated him down to like $1,500, and then I brought it to you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, what's wrong with it? Like, tell me like what I need to do.
Everything.
Dude, I remember the oil leaked like every day. We had to refill the oil like seriously every week.
Yeah. I was like, you need to check that every time you put gas in the thing.
And then the radio didn't work, and
I don't think you had AC either.
I probably didn't have AC
No, I don't
either.
think you had AC.
In
yeah.
Vegas, not.
That's a luxury.
Yeah,
AC.
it is a luxury. But, dude, that wasn't even the funniest part. Do you remember what ended up happening?
No, I don't know what happened with that truck.
No, so like after 3 weeks of driving it, I remember I was driving and I was looking at the odometer and I was like, man, it looks like there's another number.
Oh, yo, it rolled over a couple of times.
I don't know that it rolled over, but it was so old that for some reason they were able to hide the next digit.
Oh, geez.
So, and I was so dumb, I didn't even look when I bought it that, yeah, usually there'd be 6 digits, like,
Yeah.
you know, showing.
Yeah.
There was only 5 digits showing. So I looked and I saw that there was an extra 1. I was like, dude, there's 199,000 miles on this.
It kept going, though. That's, that's the amazing part. It kept moving. Yeah, somebody got creative with a Sharpie behind the instrument cluster, I think.
They did something and, like, they hid that 1. And I remember I called the guy, like, 3 weeks later. I'm like, dude, you scammed me, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I didn't know. I had no idea.
He knew.
I was like, uh-huh.
Yeah. How long did you have the truck for, sir? Oh, yeah, 200,000 miles. That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
But, you know, it drove and it got the job done. I think, like you had mentioned earlier, I had just bought a brand new Mazda 6, 2013 or something. Just like, I was so proud of that car.
Yeah.
And the thing was, I wasn't even using it.
Yeah, it had keyless entry, too. And I remember you were like, oh, yo, keyless entry. That's where it's at.
Yo,
and
it's got Bluetooth, dog.
Check it out. Yeah. I can stream music.
No, seriously, that was like the cool thing. I was
Yeah.
like, this is nuts. You can talk on your phone in the car.
Yeah.
Dude, this is crazy.
It's crazy how far we've come in 8 years. I mean, it's...
Dude, yeah. Like every car, you don't have backup camera and like all this stuff. Like you don't have the blind spot assistance.
What do you mean your car doesn't open your garage door for you when you pull up? Like...
Yeah, dude. My Tesla does that now, and I thought it was like the craziest thing. I'm like, dude, it knows when I'm coming home.
Yeah. Yeah, it's welcoming me.
So, yeah, that was crazy. But the crazy part was I bought it all cash because I had saved up all this money, and I was super like proud of myself that I bought this car brand new, all cash. And then I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I started learning about financial literacy and stuff. I'm like, man, buying a new car was actually really stupid.
Yeah, it's a sidestep for sure because you got all that initial depreciation, and I mean, if you're going to hang on to it, again, back to my thought process with the my Texas house that I'm getting, it's the initial depreciation is going to be there, but I'm in it for the long haul, so there's going to be a little bit of short-term pain for long-term gain.
Yeah, I like that, dude. Where'd you learn that saying?
That just came right out of my mouth.
Dude, we're gonna have
That's
so you guys have seen our Invest, Innovate, Inspire shirts. That's the next shirt. Short-term pain, long-term gain.
yeah,
baby.
that's where it's at.
That's how I felt about crypto last week, but we'll talk about that on another episode. But yeah, the Mazda, what was funny was, I bought it all cash, and it pretty much depleted all the money I saved, right?
Yeah.
And I had just enough to buy this other truck and to start flipping couches and stuff. And I was driving that truck like literally 95% of the time. I'm like, dude, I have like this beautiful car I worked so hard for sitting here. I'm driving this piece of crap that I was deceived on.
Yeah.
And so I made the choice.
It didn't have door handles, did it? I think there's no door handles on that truck.
we don't need to talk about the truck anymore. So what ended up happening was I ended up trading them both in. Do you remember that?
And didn't you get you got the Tundra with that,
Yeah.
right?
Yep. So I ended up, I don't know. I wouldn't say I traded them in because they didn't trade them in. I sold the Mazda for, what did I sell it for? I took like a $6-7 grand loss after like only 5 months of owning it.
Yeah, that's huge.
So once again, guys, new cars, probably not the best investments.
Yeah,
that was
never
proof. So I sold it for cash. I'm almost certain I sold it to CarMax. And then the truck, ironically, I listed it legitimately. I said, guys, hey, this has got 199,000 miles, oil problem, this problem, this problem. $2,000. Who wants it?
Yeah.
And I ended up selling it for what I put into it. So the truck was a win.
Yeah.
It helped me get the business started. Somebody else was aware of the problems. And, I'm sure that truck is still on the road today, maybe.
It probably is. Probably is. That was one of those, like, I'm going to die before everybody else does truck.
So, yeah, the truck was cool. But I ended up selling both of them, and I had about $20,000 from both of those, and I used 10 of it to buy the Tundra, 2004 Toyota Tundra. Remember, guys, this is back in 2014, 15 time.
15-ish.
And, I just said, I'm going to not make the same mistake. I don't need the Bluetooth phone, like all the fancy stuff. Like, I don't need leather. I don't need nothing. Just give me the 2004 Toyota Tundra that I can drive around all the time. It had like 100,000 miles on it too. And I just want to flip couches, and that's it. Like, I don't need to worry about anything else.
Yeah, done deal.
Yeah. And that was what I drove for. How long did I drive that for?
3. I think it was like 3-ish years that you drove that Tundra.
Yeah. At least every year I was flipping couches. And then I ended up getting the VW Tiguan after that.
Yeah, you did when you started doing more real estate stuff.
Yeah. And the reasoning was I just felt like, oh, man, if I have a truck, I'm going to be like going to job sites and bringing materials and like all this stuff I shouldn't do. So, yeah, that Tundra ironically lasted till a couple of months ago. We sold it to one of my workers.
Yeah, it's going to last forever too. You did everything to it before you got it.
Yeah, that Tundra was a great car. I mean, I love Toyota. But I'll say that despite all the car stuff, like as it relates to couch flipping, I learned personally so much about entrepreneurship and running a business from that endeavor. Like, just for me, I had never, hired an employee until then. I had never, had to like go find deals and drum up business on a daily basis, until then. I hadn't had to get creative, because I think that was the biggest thing for me. And that's kind of what you said, the creativity part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to be into the zone with, I've got a certain amount of money to make today to survive. And, hey, $100 a day, that's more than most people make working a regular job too, minimum wage or,
Yeah, $3,000 a month.
Yeah, $3,000 a month is more.
And the thing that was like the big eye opener for me doing the couch flipping was like, man, you don't need a job. Mm-hmm. Like, you can make money without an actual job. Yeah. You don't need a boss. You don't you can just make money by doing things.
Yeah. Yeah. You just have to be, you have to be selective on what you're doing. I mean, I don't know, check out my OnlyFans, but I'm just kidding.
You know what's funny about that? I actually got an email from OnlyFans. What was it, like 2 days ago, guys, right? It was like 2 days ago. I posted it in our group Slack. It was like, Ryan, we think you'd be great for OnlyFans. You can put your educational content and all this. I'm like, am I gonna like do it naked or what? Like, am I gonna talk about real estate
for $9.99 a month? You'll hit things with it. I mean, that's what I would do. I just, what can I touch with it today?
Oh, geez. Yeah. But anyways, besides those type of side hustles, which didn't exist back in 2014, but do today in 2021, that even proves the point more so today. It's like, dude, oh my gosh, like there's OnlyFans. Yeah. There's like influence. There's like a million different things that you can do as like quote unquote side hustles that end up becoming like way better than a full-time job.
Dude, you see all these influencers that are just foodies that go around, they go to restaurants and, hey, yo, I'll put your restaurant up there. Just pay me $50 or whatever. And, you know, feed me for free and I'll post your stuff. And it's like, that was one of the things I was thinking about, you know, hey, just hit up all these restaurants, charge them $50 to post all their stuff. Hey, I've got, 10,000 followers and check it out. It's like, I know that I've gone to random restaurants in town just based off of what I've seen on TikTok or,
Really?
Oh yeah. You've
No, I have not gone to the TikTok restaurants.
Yeah. No, they're they post them all over the place and it's really cool. And it's one of those things where it's like, hey, yeah, that quesadilla looks delicious. I'm going to go check that out. And then, I saw it on this chick's TikTok and boom, here we go.
Now you're eating a quesadilla.
Yeah. Now I'm eating a quesadilla. Yeah. Everything's so close.
How was it?
It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Yeah, it was nice and like flaky and crusty and
it had cheese and
it had the cheese and the birria and all that stuff.
Like a quesadilla.
Yeah, it was just like a quesadilla, but it was it was on TikTok.
I love it. Yeah, dude, TikTok is freaking crazy, man. Just how much exposure it gets you.
Dude, I was seeing the swag that you were getting. That Gilligan's Island hat.
Oh, dude,
lit.
Yeah.
I like that.
We're gonna be giving those things away, baby. Here's a quick word from our sponsors. Are you looking to grow your real estate investing business? My company, Future Flipper, can help. We've taught hundreds of people all over the country how to flip, wholesale, and buy rental properties. And it doesn't matter where you're at in your investing journey. Whether you're trying to get your first deal or scale your company, Future Flipper can help. We have courses, coaching, and events for all levels of investors. So if you want to take the next step, go to futureflipper.com and book a free consultation to see how we can best help you. Once again, that's futureflipper.com. One of the hardest parts about real estate investing is finding a good contractor. That's where Southwestern Custom Construction comes in. They've been doing remodels in Nevada and Arizona since 2006. As a fully licensed and bonded general contractor, they're able to help with any type of renovation, all the way from an entry-level fixer-upper to a custom luxury home. Southwestern Custom Construction specializes in working with investors. I've personally used them on many of my projects, so I know their team is legit. If you want to get a bid on a project, head over to customhomenow.com. Once again, that's customhomenow.com. Are you looking to find off-market real estate deals? One of the best tools my team uses is Batch Leads. With Batch Leads, you're able to pull data, manage lists, and send text messages. On top of that, you can get nationwide access to the MLS to get pictures and comps. My team has used Batch Leads to get some of our best deals, so I know it works. If you want to start today, you can get half off your first month by going to batchleads.io and using the promo code Ryan. Once again, that's batchleads.io, promo code Ryan for half off your first month. Now, back to the show. Yeah, it's funny. I'm actually trying to think more like an influencer in everything I do now because I was in not Hawaii. I wish I was in Mexico last week, and I was staying at this super nice resort. And I just, I posted about it, and throughout the whole week, everybody's DMing me. Where's this resort? Where is it? I want to stay there. I want to stay there. I'm like, these guys should be freaking paying me for this.
Yeah.
And it goes back to the same thing. It's like these guys or these hotels and stuff now let people stay for free, influencers, so that they can promote it. And so this place I was staying at wasn't cheap. It was like $1,500 a night.
Wow.
And I went to they give you your own butler and stuff. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. And
I'm not going to mention their name on this podcast because no more free promo. So if you hear about them on a later podcast, because they paid me.
Yeah.
But so they ended up giving me, I talked to my butler. I'm like, hey, I got a decent sized social media following. Like, what if we came back and promoted it? Because I want to go back anyway.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, yeah, we'll present it to our marketing team. So I'm waiting to hear back from that.
Yeah, my passport is just aching to get to Mexico or anywhere not here.
Dude, imagine the Ryan Pineda Show podcast on the
beach.
Balcony, overlooking the beach.
Yeah, check out that whale. It's like...
Oh, yeah, they had a ton of whales. But I think, the video team over here would enjoy that.
Yeah, I think we'd all like to go to Mexico.
Yeah, it reminds me, I was in Puerto Rico 2 weeks ago, and I brought Sion, my other video guy, and that was at the Ritz-Carlton.
Yeah.
And it was like
the Ritz-Carlton.
It was $1,700 a night. It was freaking crazy. And that was for business though, guys. So strictly for business. And we filmed a bunch of stuff, but it's just funny, man. Like all this stuff that the perks you can get with influence.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's amazing that how creative people are being cooped up in their house. And that's where, like back to the OnlyFans and stuff like that. Hey, your job is closed. Sorry. Like how are you going to make money? And you can't leave the house, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I'll make 1,000 times more because I can reach, 1 billion people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Unlimited amount of people. Yeah. And it's one of those things where it's wild.
And it goes back to the creative part of it. So it's like back then in 2014, I was being creative by thinking like, oh man, there's this opportunity with Craigslist and I can go, buy and sell stuff on it completely for free. They don't charge me anything.
Yeah.
I just got to put the time in. And I got creative and that was my first time making good money in my entire life.
Yeah.
Right. And then I ended up thinking of all these creative things as I've gone along in my life. Like, okay, like let's flip houses. It's not as crazy as people think it is. Okay, let's do content and social media. It's not like as hard or crazy as people think it is. And then it's like now we're thinking creatively in everything we do because it actually ends up making it a win-win. For instance, with the whole hotel thing, if I end up going back there and they pay for it and all that stuff, or just even give it to me for free. I don't, just give me it for free and like, I'll go back.
We'll chill. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a win-win. Like I get to go for free. They get all this promo they wouldn't have got. Yeah. And with COVID, their rooms ain't even booked. Like it's really probably not going to cost them anything.
No.
Except like all that food and drink that
having the butler.
We ate a bunch, but but regardless, what like a creative way to go on vacation.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a lot of people that I know that they work for airline companies and it's straight part-time, and it's like, I'll work 1 day a month to get the perks of flying wherever I want to. And it's back to being creative. Yeah. I don't want to pay to fly. I might as well, find a way to fly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's the ambition is finding the way, and it's just really how you look at it. And, that's where your creativity kicks in.
Yeah. What's crazy is now I like to spend my weekends and stuff or just like a dedicated time. I actually call it my think time. It came from a book. I think the book is called The Road Less Stupid. I'll have to check that out. No, dude, great book. The Road Less Stupid.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, everyone read it. Affiliate down below. No, just kidding. I don't have it. So they have this theory called think time where, you sit there for an hour or however long you have and just start jotting down ideas, asking yourself tough questions, trying to come up with creative solutions to hard problems. And like, seriously, that's where a lot of my creativity comes from is downtime, because most people, to go back to your 9 to 5 episode, are constantly like, go, grind nonstop.
Yeah.
Right. I've got 9 to 5, I've got the kids, I got this. And it's like, you never even take time to stop and think.
To pause.
No. Yeah. To pause. Perfect word. And when they do have that free time, what do?
TikTok.
Yeah, they can. Yeah. TikTok,
you
TV.
There, you absorb
Netflix.
Content. You don't create content.
Exactly. You're absorbing all this information and entertainment and all that because that's how you want to spend your free time. To me, it's like there's a place for enjoyment and entertainment, but if you never actually pause and think about, like nothing else around you, no distractions, like you and your thoughts can just think about whatever. It could be anything. You don't have to be coming up with the next great business or, the newest invention. But, dude, I'm telling you, that is a huge part of why I'm able to do what I'm doing.
Yeah, and that goes into, having the time to breathe. Like this morning, I didn't go to work today, right? And I'm out in my backyard drinking coffee in the sun, and I'm like, God damn, this is nice. This is delicious. Like I'm here to drink this coffee and suck up this sun and, and then continue my day. I didn't hit the gym this morning like I wanted to because I was torn. Do I go to work for an hour and then come here or do I, and no, I chose coffee in sunlight.
And you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was great. It gave me a couple of minutes to think to myself, and I had my stupid dogs trying to dig holes. So it gave me some time to, yell at them a little bit, and dude, I have filled my backyard in so many times.
Dude, that's funny.
Yeah, it's driving me nuts. My gardener loves me though. He's like, "Hey, yo, I see you have another hole."
Is it Pedro?
No,
okay.
It's not Pedro.
Yeah, Pedro's been my gardener for the last
forever,
entire life.
Yeah. I did use Pedro at that rental house that I was in though for a minute.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's great. I love him.
Yeah, Pedro's a great guy.
But yeah, it's just you got to pause, man. And dude, there's a reason. Like I have a coffee addiction. Like I don't know. When I tell people how much coffee I drink, they look at me different. Like people think of me as like this healthy dude, and then they're like, dude, you drink. Wait, how many shots a day? And the answer's like 6. And they're like, what's wrong with you? Like, is your heart gonna explode?
No, you'll be fine, I'm sure.
I think I'm fine.
Yeah, everything's.
I'm hyped up for this podcast.
Well, it's weird because caffeine works differently for different people, and it's one of those things that like it might calm you down. You know what I mean? Like one of my friends, I've never seen a dude drink one of those Bang energy drinks and be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna chill and sit on the couch now. Like,
but that's how he does it.
That's how he does it. It's like flip. It's flip
downer.
effect. Yeah, it's a downer for him.
Dude, that's nuts.
Yeah, it's
Well,
wild.
I think that dude really does have a problem.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that guy has a problem for sure. But I don't.
The first step to admitting a problem is admitting a problem.
I've not got the step one yet.
Yeah, have not.
But it's funny. I got my coffee. I started out with a coffee addiction in baseball because, I'd have a coffee before the gym, get some caffeine, get hyped, coffee or pre-workout. And then, our games were at night. And so I needed to get amped up for the game, dude.
Yeah.
Like 7:00 at night. And that's when most people are like winding down, getting ready. I'm like getting hyped up.
And you got 3 hours to be hyped.
Yeah, dude. And I got to be on like my A game,
Yeah.
super focused. Caffeine gives you that focus. So, I ended up getting a caffeine addiction from my sports career. But then I got an espresso shot
Machine.
Yeah. Well, I got that addiction from Tahiti. So in Tahiti, they had the first time in my life I'd ever seen an espresso like home, pod one.
Yeah.
I always had Keurigs for coffee, but I never seen the espresso pods.
Yeah.
I was like, let's try this out. And so I did in the room. I was like, this is the best thing ever, dude. I don't have to drink this whole coffee. It's way stronger.
Yeah, it's way stronger in an ounce.
And I could pound 3 of them right now.
Yeah,
3 coffees will make me pee forever.
Oh, dude, cranberry juice? Talking about peeing, as soon as I sip one of those things, it's like, all right, off to the races.
Don't sip those on the podcast.
Yeah, no, I'm keeping it clear.
Yeah.
Vodka. Just kidding.
Vodka will do it.
Yeah.
So, back to the original. I don't even know. We got off topic there.
Yeah, it's okay.
But back to the original premise of just couch flipping, of side hustles, and being creative. What are some things that you could take from this conversation? As the reason we got you as a co-host is that typical, I don't want to call you average.
Yeah.
But the normal American guy,
The regular
guy. What can you take from that? What lesson?
From this, it's there's always a way, and the more creative that you can be, the more avenues you're going to open up so that you can get the ball rolling for yourself. But there's got to be a lot of.
I'm specifically asking you.
Oh, me?
Yeah,
oh,
you.
Geez.
What can you do different, man?
What could I do different?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking for multiple streams of income, growing wealth. I'm trying to get into.
Your rental property,
yeah, I'm buying the rental
great.
property. Yeah. Speaking of which, I have to put that 20% down.
I told you that might happen.
Yeah. So, which is fine. It's okay because I was prepared for that. But no, it's multiple streams of income. There's always a way. Yeah. And you just gotta pause. You just gotta pause, sit, think, be creative of what you can do. And there's so many people. I was in fear. If I lose my job, oh man, I'm screwed.
Right.
But there's always a way.
Yeah.
Flip 2 couches a day. Go out, find rundown properties that you can flip out, or just anything.
Become a professional co-host of a top podcast.
Yeah, I'm about that. Yeah, I mean, still kind of ugly, but I mean, I'm working on that too.
Dude, I love it. I think this talk has been amazing. I think people can take a lot from it. And, regardless, if you're an entrepreneur, you're probably already naturally like creative and thinking of new things you can do
outside of the box.
Yeah, and it's actually the problem for entrepreneurs that I see. One of the toughest things is focus as an entrepreneur because you get 8 million ideas. Right?
Yeah.
And then, they're like, oh man, these are all $1 million ideas. Like, let's do them all. And
you got to focus on one.
Yeah, they're all trash.
Yeah, you got to do one at a time.
Yep. So, everything I try and do is like very systematic. I have like a priority list of my best ideas. I'm like, hey, right now, the best idea I have is this podcast. Like, let's give it my all. Everything else is kind of in the background. Doesn't mean I can't like work on them, but like I better not be devoting too much time to them. Just like when I got the extra time, all right, let's work on this project, but it better not take away from the main focus.
Yeah. See, you're good though, because you can break loose from that. You can put, like here, Sean Bob, watch this.
Yeah.
So that's good. Yeah, my job, I've been answering emails all morning, and it's like, hey, I'm off today.
Yeah. I'm off. I'm trying to enjoy a coffee. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I'm out in the sun, basking that up like my dogs.
I love it, dude. Well, this has been an awesome episode, man. If you guys aren't already, make sure that you are, subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts. Make sure you are on the YouTube subscribed. You can see the videos. You can interact in the comments. Definitely, if you're watching this, let us know in the comments below on YouTube what you've thought about this, what you're going to take away and actually implement in your life from this conversation. And any way we can help you guys, you can go to ryanpineda.com. We got all our courses. We got everything that you need to succeed. So go check it out and stay tuned for the next episode. Take care. Thanks for watching The Ryan Pineda Show. If you want to work with me, head over to ryanpineda.com. You can find my courses, coaching programs, and upcoming events. We also have free resources you can download, so head over to ryanpineda.com.